Is it Prowess or Enchantress?
Who's on the play?
And
Yeah, who's on the play is the big question.
So all the viewers out there, please make sure you give us a follow, hang out with us. We are just about at 1,000 followers on the stream, which is pretty awesome.
Big 1K. Gotta love it.
Big 1K followers.
Can we get 1K follows for during the 1K event?
That would be
Thoughts?
awesome.
we're at 965 followers right now. So 35 more followers.
What is Hardesty doing? He's just
Got him.
standing there. Oh, yep.
He's
He
so
heard us.
cute.
He knows.
No, he didn't hear us. I think Enchantress takes game 1. Bit of disruption needed, especially if he's running confinement. Yeah. Confinement will make it pretty tough.
Yeah. No, I think I'm just taking Enchantress the entire time, though. I don't think there's...
Pretty sure I played this and I was either running Blue-Red Delver or Blue-Red Prowess, and yeah, I got smacked.
Yeah.
Nathan, not so pumped to be on stream. Ian, the other player, was all about it.
All about it.
Yep.
Love it.
I was like, do you guys mind being on stream? And Ian was like, yes, please.
I love having enthusiastic people here. 64 people here playing the game they love.
Pretty awesome.
Really thinking hard. I wonder if that... I wish we could have seen how tempting of a hand that was. Obviously thought on it. Wanted to keep it. Knew better. Got rid of it. Expressive iteration, though. So good.
How down bad the local guys are today.
Yeah, so the local guys are doing a little rough. We only had one local person that won their game that wasn't against another local person. So Jackson Kelly was the only local to win, not playing against a local. Lucas Stanford won, playing against Jordan. Robbie won, playing against TJ, and every other local person lost.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a rough showing today.
Nathan won.
Oh yeah, sorry, Nathan won.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of local guys who showed up.
Shake
Beat Damien.
Shake beat Damien. Lucas beat Jordan. Robbie beat TJ. Alex lost against someone not from around here. Jonah lost. Kegel lost.
I even forgot about Kegel.
He's
And
playing nil. So he ended up losing
All right,
games 2 and
good.
3.
I'm looking at a table outside the window right now with 6 players at it, and 4 of them are locals.
It's always a real feels bad a little bit too, because it's kind of a weird layout in a sense. It's like our feature matchup, which is generally like the undefeated, but the farther back in the room you are, generally like
The worst.
the worse the record is.
Yeah.
So when you see the local guys walking to the back, they just kind of look at you and smile and go, "We're starting from the bottom. Here we go."
Yeah. So Utopia Sprawl onto the snow-covered forest for the Enchantress deck. Pretty average turn 1. Spire Bluff Canal. Just say go. If you're the Prowess deck, are you thinking Ponza before you think Enchantress right now?
I think right now with the land grab that he got, you're probably putting him on Enchantress.
Okay.
Because I think Ponza, you're probably grabbing Stomping Ground or something first.
No,
I could be wrong.
you don't want to. If your opponent plays a Blood Moon, the forest mountain becomes a mountain, and the Utopia Sprawl falls off because it's
my
enchant
bad. I
forest.
didn't realize that was a regular for it. I saw the Temple Garden. I thought, or not Temple Garden. I saw the Utopia Sprawl, and it's a little bit like cross off
Yeah.
my thing. I thought it was like a Temple Garden.
Okay.
So that was where my brain was. No, if you got a regular forest, then maybe
Yeah.
you're still a little bit up in the air.
I mean,
You're still a little bit up in the air. I mean, are you flying me to the TV or what?
Sorry.
that's a lot of mana. Enchantress just big chilling. So they go. Land number 3, no plays from the Prowess deck. Pretty sure that we're supposed to be getting in on turn 3, right? Supposed to
Yeah,
be
that's
dealing damage on turn 3.
really surprising.
Oh, a third enchantment onto a land.
And there's solitary confinement.
Yep.
So he's probably still trying to figure out what he's playing against. At this point, I would feel like I'm playing against Storm.
I wish I could see what that card was. Nathan, why do you do this to us?
Enchantress presence.
Oh, presence. Okay. Originally from the Onslaught block.
Seeing him crack that land kind of tells me that
We got some lands in hand.
yeah, which is a little bit weird because why wouldn't you sack your Scalding Tarn? Unless he's trying to figure out and wait in case he was on pawns and a Sophie Tarn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm answering my own questions. Don't worry about me.
No, you're good. We all have to talk to ourselves eventually. Offer to cut. There's the cut. Very nice.
So
Pristine.
Enchantress is just
Yeah.
thrilled to death to go slow.
Mm-hmm.
Just get
Yep.
the board built and hang out.
And eventually play one of our. I think he said he has 3 win cons.
That's expressive iteration.
Yeah. We have a sigil of the NP throne. So that's
fun.
fun. Sigil of the NP throne.
What about the Emrakul?
What about it? We don't need to talk about that. That's fine. That's normal.
Yeah, like that's what.
Yeah, Emerald's not a win con. What are you talking about? Just
I mean, it's me. If
Yeah.
this all Utopia's fault, we'd be halfway there.
yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
I really want to. I have a custom token that I want to make. I need an artist out there. Somebody reach out to me. I want to get a custom token made of. There's a squirrel with huge abs, and I want the flavor text of it to say, "This is the squirrel that killed Emrakul."
Dude. Squirrels and tireless trackers. I've seen a tireless tracker take down an Emrakul. That was fun. Bobble. Oh, solitary confinement. Yeah. The Prowess deck is probably just unhappy to see that.
Nah, bro, they're thrilled at that.
Oh, Nathan looks at it, kind of probably chuckles to himself on the inside, realizing that he's got multiple copies now.
I just want Nathan to know you can feel at ease, man, because I don't know a ton about this deck to criticize.
Yeah, no, he's probably very happy that
Another enchantment on the land.
draw 2 feels good. 1, 2 mana. Yeah, we're gonna tap the Utopia Sprawl land, right? 1, 2.
Somebody trying to stream to one of our TVs? I'm about it. I'm about it.
So why haven't we? Oh, there's Sterling Grove. Okay, that's nice.
I mean, we're just chill.
Yeah, honestly, we're just relaxed.
I just wanted to be known. Somebody out there in the world voted for this. And Taryn.
Anaduz. Anaduz? I don't know. Tell me how you pronounce it.
Deuce. Thank you for the
Yeah, I was gonna say,
follow.
that's probably Deuce.
Yeah, Deuce. I would guess. Throw us the phonetic,
Deus.
but we appreciate the follow.
1, 2,
Thank
3,
you.
4, 5, 6, 7 enchantments in play. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Brings us to 12.
I think I'm going to find out what the airplay was about.
This will be interesting. We look forward to the news bulletin later. Lay down the law.
Murktide. Got to throw a big shout out. I heard somebody yell judge out there. Got to throw a big shout out to our judge, Aaron Hammer. He has done all 3 of our 1Ks the last 3 months and is a fantastic judge.
Really fun guy, too. Love having him here.
Oh, it's like Amadeus? Amadeus?
Oh, Amadeus,
With an N.
Amadeus.
Amadeus, yeah.
Amadeus. Okay.
Yeah.
But with an N. Anadeus.
Amadeus.
Got it.
So what can he sack the Sterling Grove to go get?
Oh, we're not really worried about sacrificing the Sterling Grove right now.
Okay.
We just want the hexproof.
the Shroud is.
The Shroud. Sorry. Yeah. We already have Solitary Confinement in hand.
to take care of threats and
Yep.
just hanging out.
And,
And every time you cast an enchantment, he's drawing.
he's
two.
drawing one at least. But
Right.
if the enchantment already cantrips on its own, so you're just drawing 2,
Right.
he's got plenty of time. I wonder how
Yeah,
this.
cute bunny agrees with you. Keep it in play.
Yep. So yeah, we have 2 Stormwing entities, but that doesn't. I don't think we care too much. It's a little late in the game now.
Well, he's just gonna get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sit this in hand too.
Mm-hmm. Time to do Enchantress things.
Yep. There's the Sithis.
Cool.
Harvest hand.
Yeah. Enchantment came into play. Draw a card. Play land for turn. Utopia Sprawl. Utopia Sprawl. Probably just try to draw 2 more cards here. Especially with the Utopia Sprawls replacing themselves right now. You tap 1 green, put the enchantment in play, draw a card, and then it helps your Weaver tap for an extra mana on top of Utopia Sprawl, adding to your forest to make more mana.
Every enchantment draws 2 and
Yep.
gains a life.
Yep. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, so, yep. So, here we are. Gain the life, draw 1, draw 2. There's another solitary confinement. I don't know what more you would want right now. That's the Citizen Hero, right? I need to brush up on this list. Yeah, Citizen Champion, not Hero. Citizen Champion. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. There's a solitary confinement.
Draw 2, gain a life.
Draw 2. Gain 1. Go back to 20. 1.
Three.
The Citizen Champion.
Cantrip on its own.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Sigil of the Empty Throne. Nice. Well, Bricker's joining us back in the studio. So he's missed a riveting time. We are drawing 3 cards, gaining a life for every enchantment.
And
And we have a Solitary Confinement, Sterling Grove, Sigil of the Empty Throne, and Enchantress's Presence.
Dude, I remember
this is nuts.
first ever deck I tried to make in standard was this like blue-white control deck, and it was just like enchantment removal and ran Sigil with Empty Throne.
Yeah.
And it was horrible, but pretty good here.
It's pretty not bad. Oh, look, an angel. I wonder what that kills.
First standard deck with a Bushwhacker deck that I'm in.
Excuse me?
Strong. Wow. He has so many cards in hand, he can't like
Yeah. You can't get rid of them fast enough.
because everyone he plays is going to draw 3 more.
Does he play a Reliquary Tower? Just a one of?
Discarding.
No. No chance.
The Dream's dead. Actually,
Yeah, here you go.
And Prowess probably feeling a little bad here. Says pass.
well, the other thing is he now has a Destiny Spinner.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's your main win comp.
I don't know what Prowess is bringing in.
After side.
Yeah.
But there's just not like
There's just a Braids. Doesn't help him. Kozilek's Return. Doesn't matter. Flusterstorm.
that.
Feels pretty bad. Stern Dismissal. Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Relic of Progenitus, 1 Bedlam Reveler, 2 Pithing Needle. I guess Needle. Maybe. 1 Young Pyromancer, 1 Echoing Truth. Yeah, Echoing Truth, all of those Utopia Scrolls back to hand. Oh, yeah.
Just getting a good old count of how much mana this can tap for.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He might just be trying to go for the easier win of Emrakul.
I hope he has it in hand. Please. No.
I don't see it.
No.
Yeah.
Dream's not dead yet, though. We can still draw a ton of cards. How's that song go? Know when to fold them? Know when to hold them?
There we go.
There.
Okay, there it is.
I was thinking realistic. I mean, I'm excited to see the whole thing, so maybe somebody can enlighten me. But like, do you just like, as the Prowess player, just sit there and like make sure they're on Enchantress and just scoop them up?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I
Because,
probably would have done there.
Like, for me, if I'm sitting across from him and I'm playing Enchantress, I'm probably thinking he's playing Storm.
Yeah, you're just sitting there. You go to turn 3 and you still haven't played anything.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
kind of like, you're just sitting there.
Oh, you played 2 Stormwing entities.
Well,
Good
I
thing.
now officially know what you're playing,
Yep.
and you did play a 1-drop.
So yeah, I don't even. So what?
I feel like your matchup's already good enough.
Yeah, your matchup's already good enough. What do you want to bring in? Maybe does he bring in Leyline of Sanctities and
I mean, maybe just for some,
a
like,
Ghostly Prison?
yeah,
That's
maybe.
if anything. I probably wouldn't even sideboard.
You bring,
Honestly,
I'd shuffle.
I don't know
15
what
in
you
and just
bring
take 'em
in.
out.
exactly.
you bring in a young pyromancer and try to go wide quick. Like,
I just don't see it.
it's still not very fast.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Can you Echoing Truth the tokens back to play and buy yourself 1 more turn?
I think your best bet is to just be super, super, super fast. Hope you have the nut draw and win. I think that's all Prowess can do.
I foresee Prowess here mulliganing aggressively just to find like any form of like probably DRC and at least 2 threats in the opener,
Yeah,
and probably it's just gonna send it.
you almost have to.
Yeah, there's three moons in the main, so that probably comes out.
After going 2-2.
I mean, the Enchantress deck hardly runs any removal, right? It's mostly doing its own thing. It runs Onthanice.
Yeah, it runs Onthanice, but he has 2 of those in the main,
Yeah.
and he has 2 in them, 2 in the side.
Okay, so it's probably seen all 4 of those. But yeah, you would bring in more Onthanice, right?
Maybe 1. I think I'm bringing in the Ghostly Prison, maybe
Like-
1 Onthanice, and then maybe the Sanctities if you're really that worried about the targeted removal. Well, not removal, but the
I mean,
targeting
I think
you.
that's what happened. Clearly.
Yeah, I think just against these Prowess type decks, taking care of the creatures, they just don't do anything anymore. That's
Yeah.
But yeah, if he doesn't draw the removal, like he can just have some crazy busted turn 2s, turn 3s, and get there. But
I mean, we have to. We do it for everybody. So.
What's up?
so there might be a slight deck registration error again. It looks pretty much just like a
So
He-
it has 17 cards in it, but it's
Yeah, it's
he's
just
put the same card in twice.
same card wrote down twice in the sideboard. So
So I would assume that this thing is just like a cross off thing
yeah,
that should have happened. But
because you can't register more than 15. So I'm
well,
assuming
yeah, you can't, and then like doesn't he have 2 main board on thin ice? You also can't register 6 of the same card.
yeah. So hopefully it's the type of thing where it's just like a crossed off because he didn't register a valid deck list in the first place, but it's not like it's. I mean, it obviously it's different. That's the thing, is it's different from the list he submitted, his actual cards in his deck.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is the type of thing where it's like, okay, like this is obvious,
You didn't leave something out of your sideboard,
right?
or you didn't like. So like, and it would also have been different if it was 2 different cards that weren't already written in your side list.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I don't even know what they would be, but if you just put like, literally, I have no clue
yeah.
of what card to use as an example. But
I hate that though, man. I've done it before. Make a simple mistake on your deck list. No penalty. Okay,
Okay.
good.
we kind of were assuming that's what
Yeah.
the play was going to be because of how the mistake happened. But we'll let Connor explain the exact scenario of it.
Easy enough. Mr. Hammer was kind enough to enlighten me on how this gets handled. So the way that sideboard deck lists are handled, if there is a registration issue, it is up to the head judge to decide if this was a obvious mistake.
Yeah.
And it is up to his or her discretion, on whether to give the player a game warning. And if the judge decides to look at the list, like physically pick up the deck and do a deck check, they are issued a warning. However, if it's an obvious issue, they are not issued a warning, resume play.
Yeah.
So all we have to do now is just mark out this line.
Yeah, so to be very, if anybody's joining us and why we had to pause, there was just, he registered 17 in his sideboard, but he put one thin ice as a 2-of copy twice on the sideboard. So we had 4 copies of it in the side, but written as 2 in 2 different spots.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he wrote that the total number of cards in the sideboard was 15.
Yep.
So Mr. Hammer chose that this was obviously not a... can't think of any words.
Intentional or
yeah,
malicious.
Yeah, it just wasn't malicious, wasn't intentional.
It's 2 p.m. already.
It is.
Going much faster than the first 2.
Well, no, because we're only in round 2.
No, it still felt like it's gone faster. We
Yep.
also started beforehand.
Turn 1, Soulscar Mage.
That's a much better start.
Yep. And turn 1, Wild Growth. That's 2 solitary confinements in hand for Nathan. Turn 2, Mire into Bobble. Yeah, this seems much more typical.
It's kind of baffling how slow the first hand was.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he probably just kept 3 lands and a Storming Entity and something else? Because he kept 5. So
Yeah. It's just, if you're keeping a hand with only Stormwing Entity, I gotta think you gotta have a way to turn to it.
well, he had to mull down to 5 though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
realize
so
that.
your
Then you
scenario
guys
is
keep
obviously a
whatever.
lot different at that point.
Yeah. That's rough.
Fetch. get a snow-covered plains. Do we just have the on thin ice here? Is it just that good?
Yeah, I see it.
Yep. You love it. I like it. I love
Gonna
it.
play one of the.
Oh, yep. Played the wild growth or the abundant growth. Draw the card.
So Abundant Growth just lets it tap for any mana and draw a card. It doesn't ramp, right?
Yeah, it doesn't ramp.
We have a special guest.
Who?
He's typing on his phone. Coach Bilski from Muskingum
Oh.
College, Muskingum University Esports is here. So I was going to bring him into the booth with us to say hi for a minute.
Sure.
You'll have to stand.
Coach.
You can sit.
What's up?
How's it going? You guys are looking dapper. I was telling Kyle that there's some good-looking guys in here. Got the suits on, got the vest. I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
vest.
Thank
That's nice.
Yeah, we had to suit up for this one.
You didn't have to. You chose to.
So
Wait, so did he not cast on thin ice?
No, he held on to it.
Oh, okay,
So
that's interesting.
very interesting choice. Probably would have just fired it off. Do you think he's waiting for a Stormwing entity
He
to come
might have
down?
been waiting for a little bit more of a
That would make sense.
issue.
Well, thank you for joining us down here.
Absolutely. Thanks
Just-
for
yeah.
having me.
So all the viewers, we have Coach Christopher Bilski from Muskingum University Esports. He's the esports head coach, and he stopped down here at Apex Gaming. So brought him in to say hi, and he's just a friend anyways, and a huge advocate for esports.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me down here. You know, I've really enjoyed. We've been down here quite a bit over the past year. Apex Gaming, an official sponsor of Muskingum Esports. So excited to have you. Continue that partnership, and yeah, if you check out our jerseys, we got the Apex Gaming logo right there on the sleeve. So loud and proud.
That's right. So that's a Sithis Harvest Hand.
Yeah. Still not firing off that on thin ice. So are
Yeah.
we?
Well, there he had a tap out for.
Yeah.
That's 2 Soul Scars.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
2 Soulscar mages.
Okay.
And yes, we're gaining life and we're drawing cards right now when we play enchantments, but eventually I think we're going to have to get worried about this clock.
I mean, he's tapped out here.
I'll say it's not completely unrealistic that he wouldn't just die here.
He's
Yeah.
just apparently he just doesn't have this. Okay, so he's gonna instant speed Metamorphose.
Yep. Become 2/3s. Lava Dart.
Lava Dart. That could be it. He didn't block, so
No.
that's so much damage.
Is there another spell up there? Echoing Truth it. Oh.
I know you can sack the lava. Oh, dude!
Oh my lord! 2 mutagenic growths. Did it for the pump.
Okay.
Wow.
As I said before, it's likely he's dead here.
Yep, madness for
Oh.
blockers, and there weren't any blocks, so it didn't matter. Just dead.
Coach, if you aren't familiar with Magic or what that card does, so Soulscar Mage says every time you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1. So it does 1 more point of damage and is 1 point tougher as well. But we're worried about the damage here. And he casts, how many spells he casts?
You went
6?
Metamorphose into Lava Dart,
Echoing Truth.
into Echoing Truth, into
Mutagenic Growth,
Mutagenic Growth, and those last 2 spells also give target creature +2/+2.
Yeah. So those are some big boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 8 9s.
At least. And he had another Or he had Lava Dart that he could have sacked too.
Yeah,
right.
So really could have
Your
been 10
starting
power
life
each.
total is only 20.
It's only 20, and he's getting in
And,
for 18.
Well, he was and he was at 14 there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pretty gross. So yeah, Izzet Prowess wins that game.
If only we had played the on thin ice.
Yeah, that's that on the turn 2 there. He could have played it and he opted to keep it in his hand. And I mean,
I think he probably was waiting for what he considered was a bigger threat, but
I mean, at the end of the day, you take the threats.
right.
yeah.
You remove the threat, especially when you get to turn 3,
Play
and
the
it's
long
like
game.
you're like, okay, there's only 2 Soulscar mages in here. I need to fire this off.
So Enchantress is going to be on the play here for sure, and we'll see if Nathan decides to pick off the threats as soon as they hit the board this time.
Yeah. See,
The long game you have to believe is just Enchantress is just overwhelmingly going to overpower Blitz.
looking at the opener, Nathan's thinking on it. He's probably gonna. I'd probably keep this here. This looks good enough.
We got a maul from Prowess. So, Coach Bilski, what do you think about the atmosphere and seeing 70 plus people in the shop today?
I was so impressed when I came down here. I had heard about how successful your last events have been. So when Kyle told me you had another event this weekend, I'm like, I got to stop down here and see this for myself, right? I'm hearing you've got a waiting list of like 25 people for this event on top of the 64. I was like, that's impressive numbers.
I think the final number that was totally signed up was 89 today.
Yeah, and then a ton of those people realized they're probably not going to get in, so they didn't show up. And then we had a decent amount of people who were in the 64 who just couldn't make it, or ended up not showing up for whatever reason. So then, we ended up having like 8 or even more than that people make it in who weren't originally in the 64 who signed up first.
I mean, if you're a fan of Magic, if you're interested in playing Modern, you got to get down here, right? Like the atmosphere that you hear, the environment here. Anytime you go to an event where there's pretty much every seat in the building is taken, that's an exciting place to be at. So yeah, I'm excited to be here, just feeling the energy, watching people play. I grew up playing all types of card games from Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon to Magic, right? So
He's a cultured man.
Well-rounded individual.
So
A man of culture, I see.
we didn't have stuff like this when I was around growing up. So it's exciting to see these type of events locally.
That's a Kozilek Butcher of Truth in hand for draw.
Oh, I'm about it.
We love to see it.
So that's the Shroud enchantment.
Just go ahead and get that out there.
Yep.
Is that your enchantments of Shroud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other enchantments.
Other enchantments of Shroud.
And it's the one that has
So that's-
you can go fetch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blitz is not worried about that one at all. More worried about the one that says cannot target my face.
Well, Echoing Truth no longer gets rid of on thin ice to get his creatures back if he so chose, because they will have Shroud.
Well, he can sack
Oh,
it.
right.
Well, he's only going to sack it to do something that's going to lock him out of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Normally,
He'll sack
like-
it to go get the other one that's even better.
But yeah, Echoing Truth can't bounce the
The on thin
on
ice.
thin ice is
Yeah.
correct. I got what you're saying.
Manwerf goes into expressive, pretty solid.
Yeah.
What is that? Expressive on turn 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's substantially worse. You want to be playing expressive on turn 3 if possible before your land drop, because casting that card from exile is the key to maximizing.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't hit a 0-cost spell or a
It
land,
looks even harder too because they're all spells.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, that's gonna be hard.
I think you did that 'cause I
looks like
see
Darcy
another-
and Holy Heat. And,
Needs to keep a visual way to keep track of prowess. He is leaving his spells right there on the stack, like on the battlefield, so you can see what he's cast this turn. I think that's his visual way of keeping track of prowess. So you can see it's been 2 spells this turn.
I think I saw another expressive in hand Terran, which is maybe why he went ahead and fired this one off.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Especially if you don't have another better turn 2 play, you just go ahead and cast it.
Put the DRC into exile.
Okay, so that's a little rough. Doesn't get to cast the threat, but gets in there for 3 points of damage.
Say go. On thin ice time, right? No.
Plays.
How big of a rear does that Weaver have?
Destiny Spinner. It's a 2/3, right?
It's a 2/3.
let me go.
That is Destiny Spinner, isn't it?
No, that is Weaver, something Weaver.
It's the one for mana,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's the one that taps for mana.
and it has Shroud. It can't be bounced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanctum Weaver.
It's a 0/2. Yeah.
0/2. Well, it blocks an unpumped Soulscar Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
blocking.
Yeah. You don't.
No
plan to block
shot.
here, but
So here's
this is
the.
a setup for an explosive next turn. That's what this most likely is because it taps for 2 right now.
Yep. We have an on thin ice in hand. When are we gonna see it?
Yeah, so like for example, now you get to play your own thin ice, get to play something else. Now tap that for 4 mana.
Go to 5 total available.
Yeah, and you're just like,
Okay, Express Variation finds a Swift Spear. That's really good. Well, Spire
Go.
Bluff.
Run it. So we can block the Swift Spear.
only one of these creatures
Does
have
not.
prowess. And I think that's what he was pointing out. But Sphere obviously didn't because it just came.
Right.
just came
So
down.
3 points of damage. Definitely still don't want to block the Swift Spear just out of respect for mutagenic growth.
That's a Blood Moon. You'll love to see it. It's one of my favorite cards in Magic.
Who's got Blood Moon?
Oh,
It's just- it was on the bottom of
It was
the
on the
deck.
bottom of the Enchantress deck.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Surprised they're still in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you have like better cards. Right.
I mean, I guess it depends on if you brought in Ghostly Prison.
Yeah.
With like blue-red prowess, you have a lot of fetch effects and dual lands. So like if you cut them off blue,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a little bit harder.
it could be
do
worth
so.
it to keep one because you have that enchantment that fetches it up. So like if they don't play around it at all, you just can situation and be like, oh,
Utopia
gotcha.
Sprawl comes down in.
Obviously, we don't know the color it's on. I would assume it's probably white. He might have named red, just in case he ever got there, but
Doubtful.
it's named on a different land probably other than green.
Yep.
This is a good question, Kyle. This is a good question.
What's the question?
We are getting our wings order together.
Oh.
You got to do like 12. But I always want to do 6 and 6. Because 5 and 5 seems.
7, 10, 16.
So what
Do
is that?
16 and just give
had
me a
a
couple.
Utopia Sprawl come
Sure.
down, and
I
then
get medium.
we played a Solitary Confinement.
Flavors I get is medium and
Guys,
sweet chili.
Okay.
So you know.
Taryn's like, why are we talking about wings?
Hey, dude.
We had a Solitary Confinement come down.
Solitary Confinement, okay.
Oh, nice. Sorry.
We played the Forest, put down the Utopia Sprawl, and then went in for the Solitary Confinement.
Go to attacks. I
Um,
have to imagine you're not blocking.
why? Yeah.
Nathan's still opting to not fire off the on thin ice earlier. Oh, what's that?
That's Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. We're going to discard it to Solitary Confinement in our upkeep and shuffle our graveyard into our library.
Oh wait, so he just got in there for 2 with the Prowess creatures and passed?
Well, yeah, we can't prevent all damage that would be done to you. So
Oh my bad, I didn't.
yeah, so
okay.
yeah, swing out all you
My bad. At
want.
the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Solitary Confinement unless you discard a card. Skip your draw step. You have Shroud. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So that's why he didn't play on thin ice, because he had Solitary Confinement. And it has Shroud as well, correct?
I have no idea what's that.
Right? Because this.
Well, it even has Shroud in its own text box, but the other thing's given a Shroud too.
So at that point, why are we playing Leyline of Sanctity on the sideboard?
Yeah,
I mean, hand disruption, I guess.
Sure.
Stops hand disruption.
I
Well,
guess
but-
you
but, like-
kind of do fold a little bit to hand disruptions
That's fair.
sometimes.
So
Depending-
plays
like the Rakdos deck, I would feel like it's the one you would bring it in.
Sigil off the Weaver, and then plays on thin ice, gonna make an angel.
So the
Yeah, he is.
so the solitary confinement's going to get after the next turn is going to get
very bad.
sacrificed
Uh,
because he doesn't have
unless you
cards in hand.
discard. Yeah, yeah, he's got to keep his hand full. But he's gonna make a 4/4 angel. Prowess might be responding to this here. Nope, exiled.
Prowess normally not having a way to get rid of it without a braid, just goes ahead and sets it as exile zone.
Braid is only artifacts.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh,
It'd
good.
be
Doesn't have
echoing,
an answer at all.
I know.
echoing truths, but you
But you can't target it because of
shroud.
yeah, they all have Shroud. So
Unless some bizarre scenario comes up.
I don't see how.
Land. I think he really probably needed to draw a enchantment of some kind there to trigger sigil.
Yeah.
He does have a 4/4 blocker here, and it's only a 1/2 soul scar, but
And with recursion that you have with your angels, you're probably freely blocking.
yeah, but Prowess is got a lot of cards in hand
So
and 4 mana.
what might be a play here is to, on the end step of the Izzet Prowess deck, to pay the mana, sacrifice Sterling Grove to go get another copy of Sterling Grove, play it, make another angel, and you still keep your Shroud.
Yeah.
So there's very little time for the Izzet Prowess deck to respond or remove any threats.
And
Especially if he tries to get in here because the confinement's gone.
Yeah. Bobble, trigger, prowess.
Yep, starts with a
Sack it.
bobble, and I saw Manamorphose in hand too. That looked like a land on top.
It is a land on top.
Just gonna fetch that away.
Yep.
Solid play. Make sure your Manamorphose is a little bit better if you're casting it without scrying first or something.
yeah, solid play from the Izzet player. Probably the Manamorphose coming down. Was that a lava dart?
I think he has one in his hand, yes. Second Manamorphose. This thing is massive. It's going to be massive, but he needs a way to get rid of the angel and get through. Plus, if he knows that it's a certain size, he's just going to block with the Destiny's, or the Weaver or whatever,
Ah, so we're double spelling bolt and dart.
to get the angel out of the
Yeah.
way. But so, okay, he moves his cards, but Prowess is at 5 Prowess triggers, right?
Yeah, 'cause there was a bobble.
Bobble, 2 Manamorphose, Bolt, Dart.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and chumps. So honestly, probably smart. Because he had mutagenic in his hand and some more spells. Toby's probably making another angel. I don't know how to say your name. No. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Sick.
Why aren't you gonna say it, dude?
I'm gonna mess up whatever pronunciation I was going for.
Like French.
French. Thank you to our French follower.
So we have
Crack the eyelet. Draw a card.
so Enchantress could have sacked the Sterling Grove, and then got anything really and cast any other enchantment to make another angel. Because if the Prowess player has a Bolt and then there is a Lava Dart in graveyard, then get rid of the angel here.
Yeah, they're at 13 though. It's pretty hard to do 13 damage with one soul scar, but
And not actually bolting to face.
right.
I'm gonna find the other workers today. And you talking to
So we'll see what line is it player takes here. Ian, I believe, right? Yeah, Ian.
Yeah.
I like to use the players' names rather than just the player.
Yeah, that too.
Get in for there. Yep. Just gonna block. Dart it once.
And these are -1/-1 counters, so now that's a 3/3 and
It traded.
no,
no counters. It's a 3.
so he
Because the neg one counter.
Oh, okay.
he cast a bobble, right?
Yes.
This turn. So bobble plus dart is
Mhm.
3/4.
a 3/4, and then that's a 3/3 angel with a -1/-1
Yeah.
counter.
Surprise, there's both on top.
Play a Stormwing and pass, and he's got a couple threats now. Utopia Sprawl, make another Angel. I think that's still a bolt in his hand though. And he's gonna.
Do you
draw
think
an
Nathan
extra card.
sees the line of sacrificing Sterling Grove?
Personally, at this point, no.
Oh, man!
Oh wow, what a rip!
I
Mm.
do think the main issue is a
Oh, Echo.
little pretty
Oh,
game too.
that's gonna be game, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And another. I think he has mutagenic in his hand too. That's just so much damage.
And that's
Three.
1, 2, 3.
3 prowess triggers, mutagenic. Yeah, it's gonna be game.
Wow.
Is it prowess? Gets there eventually through sigil.